says, I remember the nothing that never was. Says, I rode into McLean's on ambulance wings. Says, the blood-streaked day came dressed in soaked-through rags. Says, once psychotic. Says, twice psychotic. Says, twice psychotic. Says, do you miss it? Says what? Says, the wind, the wind, the wind, and the brain. That is not the brain, but a cloud cloaking shooting stars that are not shooting stars says, hallelujah, I am a terrorist, and it climbs the ladder to the moon and takes a bite and snorts the dust and digs into himself with a rusty meat cleaver so as to dig his way out from the inside, so as to find a way out of implosion, and instead somehow makes a tunnel towards sorrow. And the brain, that is not the brain, but a blind angel who is only guilty of loving too much, says, I am a bomb. I am explosions of light and muscle, and all the electric eels that inhabit its blood sing, I am the brain. And the eels are afraid of the dark, so they create flashes, flexing, naked. They sing, I am the brain. And the towel hanging on the bathroom wall trembles without being touched, so as to make the brain believe there is someone invisible in the room. And the cloud, carrying memory, spits up a star that is not a star, but yes, simply the brain, playing tricks on itself. Maybe hide-and-go-seek, possibly sardines. It is a ghost town filled with blurbs, a fire alarm screaming mutely. It is a harbinger of high tide, and the whole town is sleeping. It is faceless and hollow and 1,000-tongued with nothing to say. It just coughs up blood and lightning, music and coffee, the house keys, and a puddle of vomit. Says, the newspapers are talking to you, so listen. Your future is somewhere on page 18, and this, and this, and this is significant. The number, the day, the clothes you are wearing, the cloud, like a milky, useless eye, stares into the light and sees nothing and says, I remember the nothing that never was. I remember its hand on my shoulder, guiding me home through mud-mown streets. I remember its voice in my ear, whispering my 100-syllabled name, and how it wept its fingers down my throat so I could spit terrified songs at the sun seashell womb where my name burns, it says. It burns, and the ceiling starts to move, like God rearranging the tiles. And the brain, that is not the brain, says nothing. Nothing. Packs its suitcase full of sweaty hallucinations and says, nothing is on fire, and everything is burning. And the sky, which is a mirror made of broken pigeon wings, says rain. The downpour is more fire. The brain that is not the brain is singing a song that only sounds like sunlight because it doesn't know its own voice from a field of hospital lights. It hurtles towards dying at unimaginable speeds and finds itself locked in a cage of flesh, screaming, I am going to wilt. I am wilting. And the parents stare, and the doctors too, as everyone nods in unison like gigantic metallic bells. And the field of hospital lights laughs a throaty goodbye, and everything glows incandescent red, and the brain that is not the brain, but a wet, whimpering, wide-eyed owl in a tree on fire says, I am to blame, says, blame me for betraying you, the you that I am and am not, the you that holds me infallible, inflammable fingers. I kiss the fire you are made of, and someone, right now, is dancing in a mental hospital, radioactive knees jitterbugging like broken traffic lights, their bodies scanning, go, stop, and the brain loves the jamming of cars, loves the invisible river of damn it. It loves the damning, and it says for a third time now, psychotic. The first time, hospital, me, now, says hallucination, and never stops believing what it is really saying is power, is sunlight, is heaven. Find us on earth.